hands down. This is just such an exciting time of the year. We're almost completely done with all of our testing. We have a little bit of third grade testing to go on next week. And we're just so excited about the speaking contest. We look forward to it every single year. How many of you look forward to it also, just as I do? Okay, hands down. I know you've been preparing for about the last month for it. And I want to say good morning to all of you, to our teachers, to our students. I see we have some parents sitting at the back. I want to say good morning to Mr. Wolin also, our principal sitting up front. We welcome all of you to our new Pilock Elementary 4-H Tropicana speaking contest. This morning we have 9 contestants sitting up front, and they're participating, and they're representing each of their homeroom classes. They are the 4th and 5th grade winners from their classroom level contests, and we should all be very proud of them because they're representing their class level. The speakers will be judged on their choice of material, as is it appropriate and interesting to the audience, the effectiveness of the various parts of their speeches, their ability to bond with you, the audience. In addition, the judges will be noting the speaker's use of language, their delivery, their pronunciation and articulation of the words, their volume, and their speed. Are they speaking too slowly, too fast, or just right? We have 3 medals to award to the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place winners. And here's what they look like. The first one is the gold medal. I think those saying who are probably the 4th graders because you didn't get to see them last year. How many 5th graders got to see the medals last year? Okay, hands down. 2nd place medal, just like in the Olympics, is the silver medal. And the 3rd place medal is the bronze medal. Our 1st place winner here today will go on to represent Mini Pilock Elementary School at the county level competition at the River Ridge High School Center for the Arts on May 8th. I'd like to introduce you next to our judges today. We have Mr. Wolin, our principal. Mrs. Liebach, our math and science teacher. And myself, Ms. Gilchrist, the literacy coach. After the contest, the judges are going to meet and talk about the speeches, and we'll make a decision concerning the 3rd place winner, the 2nd place winner, and the 1st place winner. We will then walk around to the rooms to award the medals, and then make an announcement about the winners. Probably all done before lunchtime, so you have that to look forward to. So let us begin. When your name is called, contestants, please stand, walk up to the lectern and deliver your speech. When you're done, go back to your place. Remember, you are here today because you won your respective classroom level competitions. Echoing? No. So relax and enjoy yourself. Take your time getting the microphone ready. Remember, if you need the step stool, reach down and just get it. So good luck to you all. Let's give them a round of applause. Megan Blehaj.
Ring, ring, beep, whack. When you see a car accident, you know that it could have been caused by texting while driving. Did you know that 11% of drivers text every 30 seconds while driving? 2,600 traffic deaths are caused by texting each year, and a lot of that time, that number increases. 570,000 accidents are affected by texting. AAA reported that 21% of fatal car wrecks involving teens between the ages of 16 through 19 years old have died behind the wheel because of one single message. Half of Americans conclude that texting behind the wheel should be disciplined at least as brutally as drunk driving. The risk of crashing while using a phone increased within the years when new advanced technology came out. When you are responding to a message, you are placing your life in danger because you have to look on your phone screen to answer, hang up, call, or put your phone on speaker. The way that people get distracted while driving, or the way that you can tell people are distracted when they're driving, is they're traveling all over the road and their speed may start to increase. 77% of drivers say that they're confident that they can text and drive safely. Half of teens say it's simple to text and drive. Lots of kids have seen their parents text and drive, so when those kids get older, they're going to take the same actions their parents did. Only about 40% of people admitted to texting while driving just before a car wreck occurred, involving them in the wreck. In 2011, 3,331 adults and teens were killed in crashes because of texting behind the wheel. A bunch of injuries in 2010 was caused by the same effect of distracted driving. The common age to text behind the wheel is the ages of 16 through 18 years old. Calling or talking on the phone can be considered texting while driving. Texting while driving is a lot more likely to cause an accident than putting an intoxicated driver behind the wheel. There's a lot more ways people can get distracted behind the wheel, but texting and driving is the most common. You might have heard the saying that says, "Don't text while driving. It can wait." You can take counseling to help prevent texting while driving. Many states have banned texting while driving, like New York, Texas, California, and Illinois. Numerous states still remain trying to ban texting while driving. In Texas, on September 1st, the state passed a new law which states no person shall operate a motor vehicle while using an electronic portable device. In New York, the state passed a new law that states no person shall text and drive in a school zone area. To avoid texting in the car, put your phone where you can't get to it. And make sure you put the volume on mute so it won't be tempting to grab it if it rings. If you are in the car with a friend or family member, ask if they can lend you a hand by asking them to respond to a message for you instead of you responding and placing yourself in danger. And do the same for them when they're driving. There is a new AT&T app called Drive Mode, and with this app, it will automatically turn your phone off when you are driving. You can save an important contact to this app that will ring automatically for it when you are driving. Texting while driving doesn't only put yours and the other victim's life in danger, but it also puts passengers and pedestrian lives in danger too. So remember to put that phone away and put the volume on mute before you jump in that car and drive away.
Thank you, Megan. Anthony O'Neill.
Let's go team, let's go. Let's go team, let's go. Didn't you hear that? Those were the glorious sounds of the crowd cheering on for my team as we make another, yes, another mesmerizing shot, leaving the crowd at the edge of their seats. Now, if you still haven't found out what amazing a sport this is, well, I have got your answer, and it is basketball. Basketball is my favorite sport and has been since the very beginning. I mean, seriously, when I was a baby, I had a crib and a cradle and all the other baby stuff that other children had in the world. But little did you know, I was no ordinary child. I mean, seriously, my crib had at least 500, yes, 500 basketball stickers on it. Then my cradle was a basketball hoop. Like, seriously, people, if I wanted, I could submit my basketball palace onto MTV cribs, literally. Anyways, as you can see, basketball is my passion and will be to the very end. And I want to make it yours. So right here, right now, I'll teach you everything it takes to be a b-balling master just like me. To begin, you're going to want good hand and eye coordination when dribbling or going to steal the ball. Second, you must have a good follow through or you'll never make it to the NBA. Yeah, that's right. So if you ever want to be with people like Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, or even LeBron James, you must have a good follow through. Last but certainly not least, you must have fun. How do you plan to play a sport you might take with you all your life and not have fun? I mean, seriously, who does not love the feeling you get in your stomach when you do a good play or do something good in basketball? It feels amazing, redeeming, truly glorious! Or you really gotta use the little boys' room. Anyways, as you can see, basketball is my passion and will be to the very end. And even though you might like sports like soccer or football or baseball, it doesn't hurt to try new things. And even though you might be uncertain about trying this new sport called basketball, let me tell you one thing that I'm certain about, and that is that basketball is my favorite sport.
Thank you, Anthony. Jerry Ellis, Masonette.
If somebody's smoking, go to the doctor right now. You may have metastasis. The word metastasis means spread or spread of cancer to other parts of the body, which is the meaning of metastasis cancer. The way metastasis cancer spread is because the tumor cells can invade the bloodstream and they can travel to other parts of the body. If it goes to your brain, you may have treatment depending on the size the tumor is and where the tumor is. Depending on these factors, the determination maker tells if it should be surgery, brain radiation, a procedure called radiosurgery, sometimes chemotherapy. Surgery is a branch of medicine concerned with treatments of injuries or disorders of the body, which assists in or manipulation with instruments, not to make music. Brain radiation combines multiple radiation treatments. Field to the liver precise does the radiation to the brain. Tailoring each of the radiation beams to the patient's tumor allows coverage to the brain to the tumor while keeping radiation away from nearby organs such as the eyes. Radiosurgery is a medical procedure that allows non-invasive treatment of being a malignant tumors and other brain pathologies such as trigeminal neuralgia. In some cases of epilepsy, tumor therapy is a treatment of cancer with one or more concomitant antineoplastic drugs as part of a standard-sized regimen. That's how you get ill and your lungs stop working well, which can cause death. My grandma smoked for 53 years, but she lasted because she only smoked like 1 or 2 times per week. But when she went to the doctor, well, she doesn't like, so imagine how much it took us to take her to the doctor. The doctor said that only one lung is working and 10% only. For us, it was dum dum dum. Later, she died. Okay, now let's make a summary. First, metastatic cancer is a cancer that spreads to other parts of the body. Second, metastatic cancer spread because the tumor cells can invade the tumor cells so they can go to the bloodstream. Third, if it goes to your brain, depending how big and where the tumor is, tells if it should be surgery, brain radiation, radiosurgery, or chemotherapy. Fourth, we learned what surgery, brain radiation, radiosurgery, and what chemotherapy is. Sixth, it breaks things while it spreads. 7, if you smoke, your lungs will work and it can cause death. Well, my job here is done, and once again, I'll save lives.
Thank you, Jerry Ellis. Ashley Billick.
Hey people out there, wake up. You guys are sleeping like cats. Me? Ow. Do you like cats? Raise your hand if you do. Good, some hands. Okay, some people are abusive to cats, and I think that is W-R-O-N-G. Wrong. I don't, because I love my cat. I feed her, I give her water, and most importantly, I give her L-O-V-E, love. I don't like to do some of the things I have to do with my cat, but I have to, like clean her litter box and other things I hate to do. Oh, and silly me, I forgot to tell you her name. By the way, it's Ashley. Oh, and some people come up to me and they say, hey, how did you get the name Ashes? Well, it's a long story, but I'll tell you the short version. When we went to the pound to get my cat Ashes that I have today, her name was Ashley too. We didn't want to have two Ashes in the house, so we changed her name to Ashes. The shortest we could find. My cat is an American long domestic short hair. That's why I love her and take care of her. Okay, put this in your mind right now. What would happen if I neglected my cat, didn't give her food, didn't give her water, or didn't give her anything? Sad cat, right? Okay, this next story you may find very weird, but it is true. When I was only 3 years old, I had a cat named Oreos, and what I used to do with her is I used to pick her up by the stomach and pick her up by the tail and throw her around all the room. I was so stupid, but I was only 3 years old, so give me a break. My mom took the cat away because she thought I was too rough on her, but I knew I'd get another cat someday. Oh, and don't even get me started on my other cat I had to give away. Yeah, her name was Butterscotch. I bet you are thinking right now, wow, this child is very abusive to cats. Well, I'm not, so you need to get your facts straight right now. Well, I'll tell you 3 true facts that you can remember. 1, I did do it. 2, I was only 3. And 3, just give me a gosh darn break. I have to say one more thing. Wait, make that 2. I have to say one more thing. I love you, Butterscotch, and my last thing, if you are thinking of getting an animal, you should get a cat because they're the best animals ever.
Thank you, Ashley. Isabella Newton.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Here they go again. More bad news. Why do so many reporters love to share bad news? People say bad news sells. Well, I'm here today with a different message. I think great news is the answer. I think positive events about kids is the ticket. In fact, today, I'm going to share my thoughts and would make a tremendous front page story. Let's focus on the positives, people. There are kids to brag about right here in their own backyards. Here are some of the front page stories I would feature in my newspaper called Time to Celebrate Pasco's Future. Front page number 1. Pasco Kids plays at the top of the state in Odyssey. Did you know that there's a program with over 36 countries participating? Odyssey of the Mind. It encourages real-life skills like higher-level thinking, problem-solving, and teamwork. Pasco County has over 1,000 kids who participate in Odyssey. That's right. Recently, we had Florida State Finals. We had 3 teams finish in the top 4 of the state. We even had a primary team earn the highest marks of the day. These Pasco kids place higher than thousands of other kids. Now this is something to brag about. No time to waste. Headline number 2. Reaching for his dreams. There's a boy named James who I've known since I was a little girl. He always looks exhausted because he's only 16 and never stops skipping. He volunteers in the community
constantly. At church, is a puppeteer for the community. He volunteers at Odyssey of the Mind, competes on an Odyssey team, earns top grades, and competes in sports. All of this dedication has recently earned him a 2-year full scholarship to college, and he's only a sophomore. Now this is amazing news. As I continue, I see headline number 3, tough as nails. Speaking for us kids, we are tough, mentally and physically. Here are just a few examples. This past summer, my neighbor, an 18-year-old, jumped into the canal and saved a drowning 2-year-old. Right here in my class, I see many kids show the strength every day, tackling through classes, then heading off to their after-school activities for hours of dedicated practices. These are determined tough kids who deserve some attention. Maybe if we shared these everyday stories, it would inspire others. More people would feel better about our future. I hear my family members often say we get our strength from our kids. Let's share great news to everyone and lift everyone's spirits. I am sure you have stories just like mine. There is so much to celebrate, so why not? Let's drown out all that bad news and replace it with great news going on right here in Pasco County.
Thank you, Isabella. Abigail Edwards.
Good morning. My name is Abigail. Did you know that I want to work for the SPCA when I grow up? Well, let me tell you why. Have you ever heard of the SPCA? It means Society for the Prevention to Cruelty of Animals. The mission for the SPCA is to create a caring community, and it encourages all people to create a kind and fair world. We have to remember that we share the planet with the animals, so it's our job to take care of them. I feel like I want to contribute my time to the animals. I feel that it's worth it to help animals who can't help themselves. The SPCA shelters animals in need and puts animals in appropriate homes. The SPCA does not receive any money from the country, city, state, or government. The SPCA does not receive tax dollars of any kind. They're only able to take donations to help people and their pets. The SPCA shelters 15,000 animals a year. That would be 833 animals for every person here. The SPCA also rescues wildlife, reptiles, exotic farm animals, and much more. It takes one pup to save an animal's life, so-called. Now you know why I want to work for the SPCA when I grow up. If you want to locate the SPCA, the closest one to Newport Richey, Florida is Suncoast. If you want to learn more, go to www.spcasuncoast.org. Let's join forces to maintain our community's animal population. It takes one pup to make a difference to the animals. Put yourself in the animals' paws. How would you feel? So come on, help the animals. They're part of our family and they're important to us. I hope you donate to the SPCA. Minnie Pilok is collecting donations for animal shelters April 22nd through May 3rd. Donations may be brought by students or left at the guidance office.
Thank you, Abigail. Jalen Lashley.
one dramatic mother. Mothers always go crazy on what you wear if you get hurt. One time I broke my femur, my mom told her sergeant, I've got to go. This is no joke. Don't ask questions. In the hospital, she was screaming, my baby! My baby! I said, let's just get this over with. In conclusion, it was not a good day for my mother. On the other hand, it's a different story when I wear socks, t-shirt, basketball shorts, and slides. She will say, what do you have on? And I'll say, ugh. She'll say, excuse me? Mothers are crazy because they won't be quiet. Like the Sonic the restaurant commercial. He plays with his flute and he gets grounded. And he is like 48 years old. Mama always makes a fuss about fingerprints on her tablet, one pair of underwear that fell out of the hamper. Like, can I get a break? Also, you know when mothers are having phases, if you know what I mean. They say, I just need someone to hold. Although we suffer consequently, we say, get a boyfriend and please stop hugging me. As you know, we get severely yelled at. Another reason mothers are crazy is shopping, especially at Victoria's Secret. I hate it there. The panties and bras make me sick. Over an hour. Stop looking at girl stuff, your legs get numb when you'd rather go look at boy stuff. One thing that I know all boy children hate is when their mothers have too many girls on their side of the family. Don't even get me started on how many girls I have on my side of the family. One time I got in trouble at my aunt's house, but when she spoke, I didn't listen. My cousin, which is a girl, I asked her to please stop saying, I heard her said please, right? I hope you did. But obviously, she didn't listen. That's why I was getting screamed at like her favorite team was the Super Bowl. Like, get over it. Okay, my mom has been doing this project at work. I can understand her being tired, but she was so tired, and this is true. She put pantyhose in my backpack. And the worst part was, it was like glue. What I'm trying to say is, mothers can be a pain, but we still love them because they love us.
Thank you, Jalen. Holly, good.
Have you ever experienced performing in a play? Well, I have. The program that I am in is called Odyssey of the Mind. Odyssey of the Mind is an international educational program that provides creative problem-solving opportunities for students from kindergarten through college. Thousands of teams throughout the U.S. and about 25 other countries participate in the program. Odyssey of the Mind has helped me become more creative in so many ways. Odyssey is made up of two problems. Long-term, which you create a play or build structures or vehicles to be performed in an 8-minute time limit, or a spontaneous problem, which is a brain builder. Some build verbal skills, some build mechanicals, and some build both, but all improve creative problem-solving talents with your team. At regionals, you can get a pin to match your problem. As you collect your pins, you can attach them to a lanyard to show them off. Later on, as you go into higher grades, at regionals, you can also buy special Odyssey towels, and you can use t-shirts too. Sometimes you can go to World like Michigan State, and you could trade people for more cooler pins. Odyssey of the Mind requires a tremendous amount of teamwork in order to build props, which are the pieces that we use in our play, such as backwards for scenery, and recycled items for props, such as instruments, furniture, and costumes. Odyssey of the Mind teaches us to work with others as a team. It is very important to have a lot of teamwork so then you can get the job done quicker and easier. Plus, it is really nice when you have extra hands because then you're not so stressed out. But just remember that whoever you work with to be nice and supportive. Making new friends in Odyssey is really fun. Once you start each new school year, you can group with at least 2 to 6 new friends to form an Odyssey team. Then, a couple of weeks later, we are given our long-term problem, which could be a musical, play, building structures, or vehicles. And when you get your long-term problem, you are given a packet and rules. Then, it is time to create a solution to your long-term problem with your group. Odyssey of the Mind has become such a regular part of my school year. I love finding new ways to show my creativity and learning how to work with others. It is amazing how a group of students come together to solve the problems and how many different solutions there are for it. I hope one day you will try joining an Odyssey team so you can enjoy all the fun in performing in a play and solving problems.
Thank you, Holly. Peter Lischalk.
Have you ever wondered why animals are endangered and what we can do to save them? Well, I'm going to tell you 3 animals that are endangered, why they are endangered, and what we can do to save them. First, let's talk about the tigers. The tigers are endangered because of poachers. If you are wondering what a poacher is, it is a person who illegally hunts or kills wild animals. We can help save the tigers by stopping these poachers and by captive breeding. Captive breeding is when zookeepers take a male and a female of that certain species and let them breed in zoos. Then when there are enough of that species, they release some back into the wild, but only keeping a male and a female to keep on breeding. Next, let's talk about the sharks. The sharks are endangered due to threats of human activities, including shark finning and getting caught in fishermen's fishing gear. We can help save the sharks by not eating shark fin soup. When you have time, dive and snorkel with the sharks to help raise money so that someday, hopefully, people will realize the value of keeping sharks alive and don't hunt them. Last but not least, I'm going to tell you about the tapir. The tapir is an odd-toed hoofed animal. They are often mistaken as anteaters or pigs. They are endangered because they are hunted in their native land for their hide, which is soft and leathery. We can help save the tapirs by captive breeding and donating money to the Tapir Specialist Group Conservation Foundation. I just told you about 3 animals that are endangered: the tigers, the sharks, and the tapirs. I also told you ways to save them. Please help save all the wild animals, and remember, you can make a difference in the world.
Thank you, Peter.
They really deserve another round of applause. Boys and girls, when I was in elementary school, which was more years ago than I'd like to admit, we never had this opportunity to give speeches. And then in college, we had to get up and do presentations, and it was so difficult because we never had any practice earlier in our school career. So we're really fortunate today that we have the speaking contest. Children give presentations in their classrooms regularly, and you just act so brave. I mean, you're amazing to me. You need another round of applause. Being able to speak effectively is most important in college and also in the workplace. You have to be an effective speaker, be able to organize your thoughts, be able to bond with the people listening to you, because if you can't bond with them, nobody's going to want to listen to you. And you all did a great job doing that today. I want to thank, in particular, all the classroom teachers who work so diligently with their students to get them ready. I know that was very difficult for you as you were getting them ready for FCAT. So give your teachers a bigger round of applause. And finally, our audience, you were phenomenal. Fantastic. You sat so respectfully as people stood up here and tried to gather their thoughts. They had to pause and think, where were they in their speech? You were quiet, you were respectful. I saw some of you nodding and smiling, which was wonderful. So you, give yourselves a round of applause. I particularly want to thank the person who taped, recorded, what have you, our speaking contest today, and that is Mr. Krogan. It's always wonderful to be able to go back and look at previous year's speeches, and he provides that opportunity for us. So just a final reminder that the judges now will be talking about your speeches, finalizing our scoring, and we will be announcing the winners and awarding the medals most likely before lunchtime. So give yourselves another round of applause. You may get your classes ready to go back to the classroom.